Box here doesn't need a whole lot necessarily, and yeah, same for Clock and Warlock. All they need is levels to be able to do what they want to do. So it's there is a clear vulnerability again in this mid game for SourceCode and Clutch Gamers. Last game they were able to exploit that, so in this game perhaps they're just as confident picking up a Shadow Fiend for Ahjit. Alright. Game number 2, ladies and gentlemen. CG, Clutch Gamers, we're up 1-0. And this upper bracket match. And of course, I mean, this is the other thing, right? Start off with the extra souls. That's a trick as old as something. I'm really bad with these kind of things that are co-casted amounts off of, but hey. You get it. He's gonna start with some extra souls. At the same time, there's gonna be an early smoke rotation on the other side, so just try and intercept him when he's going out towards a rune or something to cut down on these souls immediately. Question is, will they fall for it? And I do not believe the Clutch Gamers are. It's not like they haven't heard of this before. Like, we've all seen this dance. It was like a couple of patches ago where we saw that every single time, but yeah. So bottom line is I don't think CG will be caught out here. Even if they are, I mean, they might just be able to fight all of the heroes in this general area. Clockwork right now, he's making his way back towards the fountain. Make sure to fuel up on mana. Would put it into a 4v4 as anti-mage is up here. Oh, Gabbi. Right.
30 seconds to battle.
Still has a spell to work with, but he realizes, nah, there's no way out of this one. First blood being drawn, so hey. Maybe not quite quite as expecting as I was. But it's not the Shadow Fiend though, so it's really what it comes down to. He's still starting a lane with 12 extra souls, which puts him at a pretty big advantage here as far as last is concerned. Just the harassment damage. I mean, Ember Spirit is also sitting at like what, 58 plus the quelling bait, so if he gets closer creeps, he'll still be able to contest last hits easily enough. But I mean, this damage, just pure on right click damage that he'll have to tank when he does that, will not be blocked by Flame Guard when he eventually picks it up. And even the raises, like, it's gonna be a timing window where if you hit multiple raises, it's just gonna cut through it right through the Flame Guard. No problem whatsoever. And well, gonna try that again. Actually, moving lanes. Crest on the way down here, up against the Clockwork, so they want that matchup. Looks even better than against the Darkseer, because Clockwork doesn't have the chance to just go for the Iron Shell play. So what you can do is anti-mage more often than not, just walk up and buy mana with mid lane. Ooh, okay. Should make the play onto Ahjit. They get the kill. Not before he got one of his own, but still cutting down on these souls. Same time, Ember Spirit himself, quite low. And he's gotta be super careful here. 2 raises brings him down. Gabbi, he can't be left alone though. Against 2 range heroes, Windrunner now making that full track.
I steal from the slow.
So Yo came in as a Boombacs. What are you doing here? There's Einstein on top of him with the battery assault going. And now to search forward from SkyLark, they really want Bang, but or maybe they can get Cress. Bring both of them very low, and Bang, yeah, will just be punched to death. Yeah, that's just very crazy early push. There's no compromises whatsoever, just trusting in the Iron Shell. Trusting in the creeps tanking up the tower and... Press these back up to full health. For how long? More help. Stun on 209. Actually find stun on the docks here, alright. Surging away though. Boombacs should also be alright. Yeah. Very interesting lane down here. Interesting lanes in general. I mean, if you see these trades happening between the supports. Just leave mid alone though, so Ahjit has recovered in souls as you would imagine, so I would yeah, look at this. Another race is available. Oh, Verify, barely keeping him alive, but yeah, this is just what's going to happen. Especially him putting that extra point in the sleight of fist. Not sure if that was a misclick or anything, but then he takes away from that flame guard. Level 1 is just utter dog shit. 80 damage damage blocked. Compared to 220 at level 2, which would keep you alive a lot longer against these race combos. I know I've said how lifesteal is pretty powerful as a laner. Still don't see us sitting at 17 last hits. So far ahead of everybody else. Guess just being aggressive off Ahjit though. Oh. A little bit too late to the party. Boombacs as well gets pushed out of the side of his own cogs. Bang will actually drop to that.
I keep my enemies close.
I want to fight White Sea with no health and no mana.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Arcane rune for the Shrek. That's been scouted out. Smoke, not so much. I'd figure that there's something going on soon. And again, mid. Like, if they can keep killing the Shadow Fiend, we'll start him out, and he's inside the river. This is the river of death. More blood will be drawn. There we go. This is starting to be a problem. This was a 1v1 without these rotations. Of course, Ahjit would just start to go ham more and more.
Radiant's middle tower is
All
under
these
attack.
kills all going in favor of YC. I mean, it doesn't really matter that you're a little bit behind in terms of CS. I mean, only one last hit, and a lot of these denies obviously from Cogs, but still. This pushes him much farther forward than you really want him to be.
'Tis mine.
Not gonna happen.
Clockwork. Oh, actually, he's still looking for your snowball. Yeah, he's dodge. Nice little split off dodge, nice little power shot dodge. Now he's just walking, TPing back home, but it was still a shackle. And no one helping him out. In fact, Clockwork walking his way towards the mid lane. Gabbi made the rotation down bottom. Has finally had enough of all these rotations on that part of the map. You finish him off here. The race again. Flame got up to level 3 now, so it's not as clear cut as it was just a few moments ago. We see SkyLark matching that movement against the anti-mage, but as I said before, 2 points on the spell shield. Plus the Ring of Health, this is where you don't really care as much about the Archer anymore. You just play around it, so SkyLark is reduced to just at least forcing him to farm on the tower. Making him a bit more uncomfortable, but this anti-mage will be fine going forward, at least as far as the rest of the laning stage is concerned. Still gonna be an issue if they want to kill him off a little bit later on. Again, they don't have good lockdown. What they need to do is just win teamfights overwhelmingly and take objectives and take away the anti-mage's space to farm. For now, Windrunner, she got inside the cogs. Boombacs, quite a bit of damage himself. The Windrunner has stopped with the extra heals, actually right-clicking away a little bit himself on the Windrunner. Taking advantage of that open wound lifesteal. Means that he does stay alive, but didn't quite have enough power to actually get the kill onto Bo. So far, so good.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
They're certainly holding out much better than they did in the last game.
Dire are
They have a much better draft too. Oh, that's SkyLark. Full health. Don't get some help as well here from Boombacs. Is starting to fight. Fox still available. Big random burst, so SkyLark should end up dropping damage over time, and Boombacs is in trouble himself until Ahjit comes. One raise dodge, second one probably not, doesn't even need it. This goes for the right clicks, alright. Actually pretty good trade here, very important for Ahjit to stabilize. If you look at the net worth, had to put him back up towards the top, despite the 3 deaths that he's had, which is quite impressive, but maybe also down to the fact that the side lanes have been changing so much. Where do we go from here? Crest with the crest completed, alright. Same for Ahjit, so a timer for the Battle Fury starting now. See more rotations. Even if YC has not returned back to middle lane, that's giving over to Poe to get a little bit more reliable CS and experience points. That's SkyLark, he's just doing offlane things right now, going for the Temple Dominator. Try to be annoying, try to find some farm wherever you can. Down bottom though, ooh, power shot. Lucky he has the heal going already. Yeah, again, Swindler Poe. Quite well, nice dodge. Yo, damn. So good with that. Shackles not being rage dodged though. They could have perhaps had an opportunity onto the Leshrac if they slowed him down. I mean, anti-mage is farming, sure, but so is Lifestealer. So is Ahjit. I mean, he's not as far ahead as he maybe wants to be, and that's normally where Shadow Fiends feel at home. When they're like 2-3k gold ahead of everyone else. So in that sense, he's still a bit of ways to go as laning stage continues. I mean, what else is there to say? Bangler also joined the party. I think that rotation has been scouted out, but this ward came up from there. It'll be seen now, though.
'Tis mine.
Shackle. This rage still is infest and 11 stick charges and more reinforcements coming in. Shackles though connect onto Yol, bursting down with a lot of magic damage. Hook shot off the mark. It's quite impressive here considering that there's 4 different heroes. 3 of them are linked up, so they can still take a fight here. They're continuing to focus on Veng. That's 1 down. Can they get more? Gabbi still super low. Same for Boombacs, so the answer is no. Triple Remnant. Not quite enough to burst him down though. Gabbi finally dropping. So now the deep under the tower getting another count to Boombacs. Yol back from the dead. As Ahjit finally joining in. They get that double. Just go for Windrun and then that Ember Spirit.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
At least there's saving grace.
Dire's top
Big hope
tower
that they
is
have.
under attack.
Ahjit come in and save the team fight. If that hookshot landed though, it could have been really, really big. All of them fatal bonded up. Lifestealer just laying in on top of somebody. There's not to be Snowball up top. SkyLark. He's still fine. Level 3 surge lasts for a decent amount of time, but they continue to dive actually. Vacuum, back out, but yeah. Shots also lasting long enough. Well placed indeed. There's Boombacs. Finds the hookshot. Be able to secure this counter kill with the rocket. There it is. Not fight down bottom. Oh, don't tell me this happened again. The rage will prevent the magic damage, but the wind run is too much. Keeps being caught up by these shackles. He needs to be quicker. Needs to be raging him off beforehand. That's all this little track damage without being rage. It's just Way too much.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Can keep it up. There we go. Turn on perhaps. I mean, there is a shrine available. Boombacs will not die immediately. Continue here, little Gabbi. Rejoining the party. Boombacs doesn't have another hookshot for 10 seconds. They still want to try and find the timing though with the infest. It doesn't look like it. Doesn't quite even have the omelet completed, and this is not a good timing for Lifestealer.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
In that sense, SC. Game's working in their favor right now. It is clutch gamers who are operating on a timer. The timer is called Anti-Mage. And only a couple hundred gold away from the Battle Fury. Oh, there we go. Only used Blink actually. Okay. I was gonna be fine, but blinked already and then hookshot follow up. Alright, that's one way to do it. And smoke up immediately.
Radiant's bottom tower has
And picking up the pace here. This is exactly what they need to do. There's some wards for jungle, doesn't appear so. And now they actually have to help mid perhaps. Yo! Ooh! Stun just a little bit late, so he does make it out with the TP. Oh, I see. Does have a defensive run all the way up in the high ground. But 0209. That's in the Shadow Fiend. Oh god. That's why I hate playing Refract, right? You have the hunch. Oh, yank. Boombacs actually taking quite a bit of damage here from the wind run with Gabbi keeping the shrine. Boombacs might end up falling here. Bang. Same though as the surge up. Makes it impossible for him to juke it out. 2-for-1 trade overall. Yeah. It's only 2 supports though for your Clockwork, but it's feels really bad. Like you're playing support, you're like, huh, where are they? This guy's a Shadowblade, right? So it's probably inverse on top of me. You plant down the ward, and your fears are confirmed. The next thing you know, die. Out your own time. 2 for 2. Alright.
Never refuse gold given.
Such a huge difference if you manage to get all 4 of them somehow, but not this time. We just smoke over from SC and oh, that's just picked up the package. Looks like I want to fight this. Gabbi pumps out. They've already lost the Clockwork. Yol, first AP. That's a big golem. And Fatal Bong's already used somewhere else, but it looks of it, so it doesn't have it available for this fight. It would have been really, really good. Now the Shackle on top of the Lifestealer and as well as Shadow Fiend. A little bit of a disaster here. And they did get the Ember Spirit, but can I find more? Ahjit. Turn fast with the Surge, raise and right click though. Not enough thanks to these raindrops. Last charge, keeping him alive. I think at that point you already used the rage, so kinda hard to dodge that one, I do believe.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, just imagine these kind of fights
Dire's middle tower
when they
is under
start and
attack.
with the entirety of CG being there. There we go, we'll see it now. Push back, still gets a jump out there. Again, very slippery, all of these
Dire's
heroes.
structures are fortified.
Very hard to actually get the kill, even with the hook shot.
Dire's middle tower.
Guess you could have towered
Dire's
those. Yeah, it's
middle tower has fallen.
if SC they make these kind of moves and CG is ready for that, they don't have to TP in one by one. I mean, maybe Boombacs survives. He can do a little bit of extra damage or card control with the cogs, right? Maybe they don't use Fatal Bonds for pushing or something. What did we all did with that? They're all linked up together. It was looked like a really good angle.
Radiant's bottom tower
For now. Pretty good catch there on Shrek. Good cogs too. I mean, he will still give his own life. 3 different heroes around him, but at this point, you do what you gotta do as a clock.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Sacrifice yourself for the greater good. Confirming the positioning of anybody else, but at some point, to look at the bigger picture, you gotta say, hey, it's an Ember's Bird. He's sort of farming. We've been able to keep him down pretty nicely. Alright, it's not an issue just yet. Still a big one anyway, but this anti-mage. Picked up a battlefield, really good timing. He's gonna be surging forward. I mean, he's still being left alone because they realize that they don't really have the means to kill him reliably. So any move you make towards that direction, towards killing the anti-mage, might just end up being a waste of time. Same goes for Ember's Bird, unless you can catch him out without a defensive remnant. Perhaps a Windrunner even. It's the same. Exactly the easy skill, but nice little scan though for the Radiant. Seeing the smoke rotation, now the counter smoke. Ooh. They're going to bait out Ahjit. He's invis, but he's walking straight into the sentry ward. He needs some help ASAP. There's the golem, there's the fatal bonds, but he cannot get his ultimate off. Just the mini ult, but it's enough, bringing everybody super low. So much damage being shared. Sapo on one side, Vang on the other. 3 for 1. No way to catch up towards that Windrunner. Hookshot already being used. So that'll be the end of that. But hey, I really like the idea from Gotcha Gamers there. Just playing that bait. Shadow Fiend. I don't know if he survives stage, but they were a little bit closer. I think it was the best case scenario for CG if he's running into a sentry ward like that. Might not over this yet. Oh, 209. He really wants to defend this tower. Another shackle connecting onto the clockwork, followed with split earth. Quite a bit of damage here, and CG, they're not willing to fight this at all. Without their ultimate stacks, he hasn't even skilled it, which is the weirdest part. They have some nice illusions to take over, right?
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
At least the one from the anti-mage. Okay. Well played indeed. Back him into stun. Just gonna say they kinda have a hard time initiating without blink daggers of any sorts. Oh. Again, I see.
Every coin helps.
It's kinda hard to force him to jump to the remnant while also having the resources at the remnant to finish the job, right? They're gonna try though. Gabbi is sitting there. YC. Actually straight up fighting though. Blink stomp and there's a zip. There it is, Gabbi. Another zip, another remnant available with the extra right click. Those right click flying all the way from down here, following him, getting the last hit, which is ridiculous. But yeah, you gotta find creative ways like that on this hookshot mid. 1, 2, 3, I'm on a killing 3. Windrun does not help against magic damage.
Dire's bottom tower
Need
is under
BKB for
attack.
that, but he's looking for the Maelstrom first. Speaking of BKBs, Ahjit's one got much closer because of that as well.
Radiant's top tower
The
is
Blake on
under
the clockwork,
attack.
so they're landing some item timings.
Radiant structures
Life
are
Stealer with
fortified.
completed solo crest. Skipping the Radiance entirely, just a bit of a
Radiant's
different
top
build
tower
than the
is
Oliver
under
build.
attack.
Armored Silver Soul Crest into Desolator, so can't say I disagree. I mean, they have a lot of physical damage to work with, and they also need some power, but for now, another team play breaking out. Clockwork in the middle of that. Once again, isolated, brought down.
Dire's
The rest of the
bottom
team
tower
just
is under
unwilling to
attack.
take that chance and take a fight. Alright. Don't you have to skill the wall at some point? Like, yeah, you'll have no choice in the next
Invisibility.
with the next level. Alright. Yeah, it's that BKB, but at the same time, meta style. A little bit longer than I perhaps anticipated, but it is there now. It's gonna add a lot to the kill potential of that anti-mage himself. Next stop will probably be Basher or something like that. So the window's closing for CT. Gotta be a bit more careful. Ooh, Boombacs almost caught. Both teams have water on the throw pit. All have everyone available. But anti-mage, he just wants to do anti-mage things. Playing PvE for 20 more minutes or so. Until he gets involved. Gabbi, be careful though with the armor. These are very low, but they do secure the Aegis for Ahjit. They don't lose anyone for it. Yet anyway. Nice deal hitting up on the ancients. Just that open wounds. Ahjit could use a bit of heals himself, but that's what he ults for. Now they can continue to play their Dota, just make sure to push out the lanes, that you don't give up anything that you don't have to. Perhaps smoke up, find an opportunity. Get a pick off and start crushing these tier 2s. Okay. There we go. Oh. Yeah, it's just what's gonna happen, you know. Still have the hookshot even. And I might be able to find YC actually. If it wasn't nighttime, might have figured out that he was not going too far. And that he had no mana for another remnant, so. It's been a really, really good kill. As it stands, I'll have to settle for tower push to the top. Yeah, most of the heroes here, SkyLark, the only one sitting somewhere else, but he can't really address the anti-mage push by himself at this point. Aim will just jump in, mana style, and a mana void into death. Yeah, just take it on the chin, but that's work. You have to win a team fight. The Ahjit slowed down. Let's get the initiation from Clockwork. Again, 0209, some 4-star outside. We'll spend a little bit more time, but Boombacs has to turn around. Would go into very, very dangerous territory indeed. Ahjit with the ultimate attack taking quite a bit of damage from the blade mail. That's why I say just zips on out of there. They don't get a single kill, and even a TP. Under the cover of BKB will be interrupted. The Windrunner gets the kill. That's the Aegis that are continuing. They're still forced to fight. A beautiful splitter, fall up. Finally, the golem comes out. They get the task, but the damage is already done. Look at this bottom lane. Anti-mage was able to take the tier 3. Fight's not even over yet. Ahjit's super low and doesn't have the Aegis again. But with the blade mail, can't actually fight him. The shackle latching on top of his random melee creep, and now the mana void. Secure double kill for Crest as he finally joins the rest of the team. Sc.int. Pushing CG back. Getting so much. Winning a team fight. Getting a tier 3 in the bottom. Now CG, they're really feeling it. Might have missed a timing window. Might have messed up in the draft. Yeah. Some way back into this. Like, if you're gonna play this draft, you have to be able to confidently go into these team fights, right? I mean, SkyLark not being up there with them, just to provide that vacuum into the golem, into the wall, an extra bit of team fight prowess. Like, without that being available, things get a little bit more dicey, right? Sure, you play a little bit more defensively. There's another BKB forced out even on Shadow Fiend down here. So that's exactly what you can't do, because then this happens. You don't really win the team fight. You even lose your buildings on the other side of the map because of all of this time that you give over to the anti-mage by being timid. Ahjit. Is he dead here? He's gonna have some help coming in now from the Boombacs. Oh, the Searing Chains! Just enough damage. Oh, nothing's working right now. There's a blink. It does not have enough mana for TP and so switch to Infeds. There we go.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Oh no. What have you done, CG? This game's getting harder and harder by the second almost. Gabbi also caught out. Coming up against Veng, but forced off away, we'll keep him safe. Now without the rage, YC is there, ready to reap the benefits. This Cress also looking for the proper target. Good Cox from Boombang. A little bit too late on this one. Defensive hookshot, aggressive hookshot actually. Almost finishing up Lashrak and Gabbi. Well, it's not enough space for another rage at the very least, as he finally resigns himself to his fate. But it's just not enough. Just killing Lashrak over and over again, it's not enough. You need to either win the game or slow down Ember Spirit and Anti-Mage enough to buy you more time to do that. But it's too late. Anti-Mage has a Butterfly on top of that Manta Style now, looking towards that Basher. Even if you catch him now, it's going to be very hard to kill with just right clicks, let alone magic damage. Let's have an Ember Spirit who's doing still a really good amount of damage just between the Blade Mail and the Remnant Burst and whatnot. Yo, few good targets to work with here. Push back. Little right clicks. Run it down. What do? You've no Abyssal, you've no Sheep Stick or anything. You've no... Give me Yules. Maybe if you had a Yules on Ahjit, like you set that up into a Cox push, into the ultimate. That's not the easiest way to kill him. It's not easy to pull off, I would imagine, but it's certainly more reliable than with what you have right now, which is MKB. I guess you need it for the Anti-Mage, right? Or Shadow Blades. Just walking up, hoping that he stands still long enough for you to blow him up even through Flame Guard. Like, a lot of big ifs. So, SourceCode, they can still mess up though. Still overextend. Actually going high ground and Boombacs. He's alone. The smoke will break. He does have a lifesteal inside of him, but it's not gonna be enough, is it? Now they're gonna take the fight. The golem being dropped. Very nicely done. Boombacs actually still alive as they bring down the Anti-Mage. Caught in the middle of that. Nightfall power shot to snipe him. Now YC ready to take over. And another snack with the blink out. We'll be fine. Nice shackles. Gabbi. Quite a bit of punishment there with a follow-up stun from 0209. But now finally gets a bit of lifesteal out. Ahjit. Phew. Let's be searched away. That was so close in many different ways. Oh, it's not even over yet. Another wind run. Another ultimate there to finish up that what he started. That kill on Lifestealer. Focus fire, pretty powerful as it turns out if you land shackles. So he does end up dropping SkyLark. He'll surge on after that Windrunner. So 4v3 trade. Somehow Ahjit survives and turns it into a favorable one for CG. It's just Anti-Mage being blown up instantly in the middle of that with the golem being dropped, and I assume Gabbi just laying waste to him as much as he could. Can't count on that all the time, I would wager. For one, it's a very long cooldown, 170 seconds. He has still 85 seconds left on the chaotic offering. Alright, here we go again. The smoke, not scouted out to draw the line. Can they find somebody? Don't have vision on this side of the map. Apart from what the previous game is, so it's 0209. Which is a very easy kill, one would think. Maybe not so easy. don't tell me he's surviving this. There we go.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Even that took way longer than it should have. Look at the bottom lane. It's already being pushed out by not just Crest, but also YT. And there's a Hex. Came out from SkyLark, so finally they have some more tools to work with. And well, he managed to enable Gabbi. He can do the damage. I mean, he has Desolated Solar Crest.
Tower is under attack.
He's doing quite a bit. And we get this one for free before any sort of reinforcements come in as well. This game is not yet over, as it turns out. SourceCode, they have to be very, very careful about slowing down themselves now. They've got a lot of momentum going for themselves. Losing people one by one like that, giving up Roshan potentially? This is exactly the wrong direction. They realize it too. They scattered out with a power shot. It's not falling too fast. No, gonna go a nice little double shackles. This pressure enough to force him out, but Gabbi infested into Boombacs again. All 209. Buying enough time and space though. Meanwhile, the shackles this time not actually connecting, so why say with the Hex? It's enough damage to bring him down. This is where the cookie crumbles. SC just almost panicking. Guys, we have to stop them from taking Roche. They're not fighting together. I mean, Bengal's nowhere to be seen. Crest, no. What is he doing? He's farming Ancients. I mean, at this point, it's already too late, right? But before that, I'm not sure what happened there. Nice little shackles. It's actually keeping Bengal alive, but. They have this game in a grasp, but now it's slipping away again.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
C3, they've no business of being where they are right now with Aegis in hand.
Dire's
Taking the tier 2.
structures are fortified.
There's still split push going on. Sort of. Sending these illusions there to deal with it. Shot again, Gabbi. 1, 2, 3. And actually need a raise. There we go. The vacuum. 209 being brought back a little bit. 1, 2, 3. This time it wasn't enough. Just like that, double kill for Ahjit because why? Why was he there? Why was he next to the tower when it's just so obviously dying? Ugh, they are panicked. Giving up a few too many kills, and as a result, they lost the tower. Yol, the Shackle will not latch. He's still alive. We'll have to drop the Golem though. Up against Poe, but it sets up for a kill. Power to them. 70 seconds to sidelines. No buyback here, and Anti-Mage just barely getting a BKB blink.
Dire's middle barracks are under attack.
Just bleeding
Middle barracks has fallen.
everywhere. And they just lost a set of racks. Not sure if they've read where CG were, because if they realized that they were just pushing down mid as 5, Anti-Mage could have stayed down bottom, could have put on pressure, forced them back by attacking these racks. Like, you still have to be Anti-Mage, especially in these kind of situations. Like, if you're already down there, take advantage of it. But oh, there we go. Would be a good kill if they can get it, but Ahjit pops a BKB. Still has the Aegis anyway. Got a little bit of extra time for CG to regroup if there was an engagement, but instead there's some time to heal up normally. Pop the shrine. Get ready to go again. As an MKB is also in the works for the lifestealer. There we go. Okay. Good catch. But yeah, now they can fight against Anti-Mage. They can also fight against Windrunner. Ahjit in this carrier. He's being seen though. And taken down very, very quickly here. That's the Agents. Gabbi in the middle of that. Working up against Crest. The BKB, the punch. Trying to control him up, but he's just too powerful. So instead, they focus back on the Shadow Fiend. No BKB available, so he'll cross down second time very, very quickly indeed. But where do we go from here? YC. Force to Remnant away. Poe with a BKB. Working up against Yol. We'll get that kill very easily. Veng with a Hex. One more right click will do the trick. Where is it? There we go. Some random damage from Boombacs. Don't show time from the urn, I do believe. Does settle this for 2-for-2 trade, but considering that was an Aegis fight, like CG, they did not want to fight there. Not yet. Was Shadow Blade forward here and engage when the BKB was about to come off cooldown. Shadow Fiend has BKB there after respawning with the Aegis.
Radiant
They
are
just
scanning.
force them all back or team wipe them on the side of SC. Certainly caught a lucky break there. Could always see like not ideal. I see.
Players here.
Yeah, like one hit on his Ember, and he missed like a fifth of his health points. Something like that, or maybe 6, right? So if they can grab a hold of him, he dies very, very fast to the lifesteal. And same goes for anti-mage, really. I mean, this butterfly very much wasted at this point. As far as defensive utility is concerned, just with these
Radiant's bottom
NKBs
shrine
on these
is
2
under
right
attack.
clickers on the side of Clutch Gamers.
Radiant's bottom shrine has fallen.
What a game. Despite everything CG, and they were actually the ones with the biggest goal lead in this game, and threw all of that away themselves. A bit of hope to the SC fans out there. This game far from over. Abyssal Blade. Finally have it. This is still where Anti-Mage is doing quite well. Like, it's not like it's off peak for him already. With this, it can link in on top of like, SkyLark ideally. Get a big Mana Void bomb, but even Yol just taking that golem out of the equation. But for now, what else we could take out of the equation? That's Leshrac. The punching back time and time again. Boombacs caught under the tower. Might die himself. The buyback even snowball across towards SkyLark. As can he get his spells off here with no. Could be a bit late used, but there's a golem trying to turn this around. Mana Void still coming in, but Anti-Mage forced to blink out. 1-4-2 trade. He has Boombacs. Well, he's also added to the death toll here. Gabbi can actually find someone to fight as they do track down Ahjit on the Shadow Theme. That fight way too spread out. And it's not even over yet. Cress. Alright. Not sure if you want to fight this with the bashes. Maybe we can make it work, Gabbi. Infesting into the creep. Alright. We'll buy some more time. Yol gets tracked down too, so. Yeah, that's why you get a wonder. Leshrac, as annoying as he is he really the prime target of these kind of hookshot initiations? It's the answer is no. Gabbi, yeah.
Dire's middle tower
This group is gonna die anyway, so this was bound to happen. And
Refuse gold given.
CG. It's like a throw and counter throw almost. I mean, this is death of lifestealer. Like, if he cannot actually fight in an area that's fairly contained, like this kind of area,
Every coin helps.
then it's very, very hard. Instead, this fight
Radiant's top
started
tower
up
is
here.
under attack.
Then there was a bit of skirmish here, then there was something there with the
Radiant's
golem,
top
then
tower has
down
fallen.
here.
Dire's
Shadowfiend got
middle
caught
tower
here, like
is under
this.
attack.
And Gabbi, like, he was
Radiant's
standing
top
there,
tower is under attack.
not knowing where to go, because everything was
Radiant's
so far away.
fortified.
It's not kind of lineup that CG has, like, especially considering if you do have that. Like, Clockwork wants to control the fight around the small little area. Same for Darks here with the back and wall. Have you seen a single wall this game? I do not believe so. There's a hook shot though. SkyLark.
Radiant's top
Oh,
barracks
it's already
has
too late for this particular set of racks.
fallen. Radiant's top
If they really want to
shrine
fight
is
for
under attack.
reals, they would have needed to wait for Gabbi anyway. So the game got super hard again all of a sudden.
Radiant's
That
top
gold
shrine
graph, bigger
has
than it
fallen.
ever was in this game. Up beyond that 10k mark for SC and just indicate up top. Experience has never reached out even now.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Oh man. I was gonna say, why is these items? Like, he's Sitting at 5k gold, he's now picking up a Lincoln Sphere.
Invisibility.
So that'll be the solution to the hex, the one hex that they have on SkyLark. Anything else for puppetry? I mean, sure, Ern Pop says, Federbond certainly does 4 staff, so Yol's gonna be his job. To get rid of the Lincolns if they ever want to kill the Ember now. Okay, here we go again. The smoke up, just outside of vision. Flying across. Max is ready to go. They're all fairly close, but Ahjit needs to stay close as well, and he needs to be not the one initiated on. Smoke. Okay, broke on the track. They should know, but there's a blink. There's the Abyssal Blade of the Golem Cape. Not really keeping him alive. He does drop a Golem on death, so that is something. But they need to find some counter kills here. SkyLark with the surge with the end is keeping him safe. Looks like that is it. 1-4 on trade. Windrunner keeping back after the buyback. Boombacs. Bit of an easy way to go up that cliff. Lucky for him. So we'll be able to perhaps make their way back. But thing. Oh, Boombacs inside the cogs. The snowball available. Oh, not sure about this hook shot here. Boombacs. Oh, he tried to go hook shot defensively to his teammates, who will now be gone, but finally the wall comes in. Quite a bit of annoyance towards SC, but yes. He tried to hook shot defensively past these creeps towards his teammates, but he didn't quite find the right angle. And, well, just went from bad to worse. If they can get this Roshan, Aegis G7 pressure shot up for grabs here with Buyback from Clockwork. You'll also rejoin the party sooner rather than later. Going out of the pit, looking for another pickoff instead. Can find it.
Incoming.
That's a vision. Find a hook shot on a consequential target. That's the question. There it is. They're gonna go onto the strike again. He's not coming back anytime soon. Tusk, he buys back. Goes straight back into the fight as he was brought down by Ahjit on the other side of that fight. Yo. He's back. Where's he? He's sitting up on a high ground. He does not want to be caught out like the last time again. He will want to drop down Kyoto Coughing. Hook shot all the way up towards the winter. I'm not sure that's what they wanted, but at the very least keeping her away from the front lines for the time being. Buying some space for them to try and attempt Roshan. It's a random gem on the ground. Tusk is dropping that. Another hook shot. We see Veng push him back towards the low ground. X is there, and this is dead. Tusk. That's a dieback. 2 heroes on the sidelines now. SC in. They're running out of manpower. All the CGs here. They're going into rush pit though. The hook shot though, controlling out the anti-mage. Oh no, he's blinking out the Remnant out from YC. Did they snag anything? I'm not. I'll check in a second here. The hook shot will miss. Oh, didn't get any kills. I do not believe they got any loot either. What's the items? Aegis in the hands of Ahjit. Alright. Refresher shots in the hands of SkyLark, and Gabbi picked up the cheese. So, at the very least, they don't lose any more heroes. So, Anti-Mage able to continue to split push up top, shoving that in, forcing out a reaction. Outside of the Shadow Fiend, who's went for the extra minus armor aura instead of the cooldown reduction. Doesn't have boots of travel yet either, so no quick TPs back and forth between the lanes. But so they don't particularly care right now. He's got the tier 2 before going back. No need to rush it now. Just finished up that Roshan. He has plenty of time left on the Aegis. Yeah, there it is. They draw the line. Regroup, push the one lane with his still tier 2 remaining, the one that's pushing into you anyway. And take another team fight.
Bottom shrine is under attack.
Incoming. Haste.
It's getting more and more tense by the minute. And it's really going to come down to who finds the quick pickoff. Especially now since the buyback's starting to run a little bit thin, especially on the dire side. Emberspur just got his back. The Shrek will have one available in a couple of seconds. Because Vang used it, same for Poe, they used it earlier, so if they get picked off by Clutch Gamers, they will not be able to rejoin the fight anytime
Dire's
soon.
top shrine
The other
is
side,
under
it's only the
attack.
Clockwork who has the same disadvantage. Got all the use thing, link it forward, doesn't quite get the punch off though, thanks to beautiful cogs from Boombacs. Saying nope, gonna initiate, gonna do it our
Dire's
way.
top tower is
Hook
under
shot,
attack.
locked and loaded.
And it's up.
Got some vision. Get rid of the one that SC has here with that gem still being held onto by the Warlock. They want the tower first.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Not over committing into a 5-man lineup. Alright.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Incoming.
So far so good. Ward's being dropped and dewatered again. Well, maybe not just yet. This one actually needs to go there, but don't know how much it matters. Now it's time for HighGround Sage. It's no anti-mage right there. It's pushing down his bottom lane. And Ahjit pops a BKB. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's Vang dead. Down for the count. 85 seconds without buyback. Might be able to find another set of racks. Shackle not latching. Moving forward, but now there's no BKB. Not only the Aegis, but also Satanic, so it's gets another extra life. Hookshot will miss, and he does have Aghanim Scepter, so it's not the biggest deal. So still Split Earth. Request Fan comes in, but SkyLark saved by his look at this damage! Between Gabbi, Ahjit, all this minus armor, the Warlock Golem, Anti-Mage. Just deleted. Has to buy back, but now he's the one who's BKB-less. Beautiful shackles that hookshot back, vacuum into the wall, the parallel wall even. Try and get that extra bit and forcing Crest straight back out again. Almost dying to the urn, but it does make it back towards the fountain, but it is not enough. There's no way to fight into this. At least that's what they think. They call GG well played. Oh my god, what a back and forth SC. They had this game in their grasp, it slipped away, they battled it back. And the same goes for Clutch Gamers. They had to be sweating there for a couple of times really. But eventually, they do come out the victors. I mean, it doesn't matter if you can't lock them down, because at some point they have to come and fight you. And if they can't because they die in 3 hits, well, gotta win these team fights, right? Guess that was the plan after all. Here for Clutch Gamers. I mean, that's so much minus armor with the extra talent from Ahjit. How much does it actually give you? Presence of the Dark 6, and then another -5, so it's -11 from the aura. You had -10 from the Solar Crest, another -6 from the Desolator, and another -5 from the Assault Cuirass. So quite a lot of minus armor.